If you guys need any cards, packs, sleeves, anything of that nature, shop on TCG Player using my affiliate link in the description. What's good, YouTube? We are here once again coming at you with some breaking news, which is the top 8 deck lists from today's, I forget, it's called the HRC tournament. I don't know. They had some event over in the EdisonFormat.com Discord. I didn't play because I wasn't able to this weekend, unfortunately. But yeah, it was like a relatively small event. I think it was like 75 players. I think there might have been like a conflict. There was another Edison tournament on that day, and there was also like a GOAT event. So yeah, might explain the lowish turnout. But anyway, we're gonna be looking at the top 8 deck lists here. Starting off at number 1, we have Sam Pestenos. I don't know how to say that. But we've got their Blackwing Vayu Turbo build. I'm always talking about how Vayu Turbo is so different. Yeah, Vayu Turbo winning first place again. Definitely one of the strongest decks in the format, despite what my teammates may have you believe. And as I've mentioned before, all these builds kind of look pretty standard at this point. I feel like Vayu Turbos have been very refined, but I mean, there's a couple key differences we should note. The staples are always there with the Grepher Arma, all these guys, the Blackwings, the double Caius, but we also see that this build is on Sork with Hamster Raikou, and then instead of the double Hamster that the builds at Nats was playing, they're on one Hamster, one Charge, which I like a lot better. I understand Hamster's nice. Like, I get it, going first, setting Hamster with like Caius in your hand is an FTK or something, but Charge of the Light Brigade is like kind of on another level in terms of card design than Super Nimble Mega Hamster. Like, this card is busted. It's so free. Why would you not play it? I mean, I understand, like, a Hamster's good at all, but like, Charge just gives you pluses for no reason at all. Like, with Hamster, you have to actually resolve Hamster, you know? I mean, and it's not it's easier said than done in a lot of situations, but Charge is just like, yep, I'll get some dumb free mill in the mill deck, you know? But anyway, enough complaining about that. Other than that, spell lineup standard. No one's playing Book of Moon anymore in here, and I'm not really sure why. I feel like it's fine to have like 1 or 2 in Vayu Turbo, at least like 1. It's probably not terrible. Double Bottomless, Triple D Prison, everyone on this. 1 Oppression main, no Dust Tornadoes in the main this time, and the other Oppression is in the side. So they're also on Fortress Dragon, which the list that topped at Nationals weren't playing Fortress Dragon for some reason, but I feel like people should play Fortress Dragon. I don't know. It's some wild thought in my head that this card's kind of crazy in terms of at least post-board games. So, I mean, it's just 1 slot in your extra. Edison isn't like overflowing with extra deck toolbox staples. I feel like Fortress Dragon should probably be in there. Whose alt is this? Can someone come out and like cop to the... Okay, now that I look at the list, actually, this kind of doesn't look like someone's alt because the list is insane. And I'm not sure it's insane in a good way. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, how did this even top? All right, I'm not trying to be mean. We're not trying to be mean. We gotta tone it down a little bit. So this is just like some super old school, like low technology Frog Monarch build with triple Solex, triple Econ, all of the Monarchs, plus Thestalos, plus a random Vanity's Fiend, plus 2 Lad with Faders and Gore's Trag. There's only 2 sub in here. What is going on? There's only 2 sub. They're not even siding the 3rd sub. There's just only 2 sub. I guess they just looked at Substitute and said this card isn't good enough for me. Oh, they are on the Junk Synchron, though. 1 Junk Synchron with no Rota. So a little bit of a modernization there. 1 Avarice. I mean, that ratio could be right in this build for all I can tell. 2 Noblemen of Extermination. I've, like, bitched endlessly at how terrible this card is, and I'm glad people stopped playing it for the most part in Blackwings, but apparently now we're playing it in Frogs, so what do you know? The side, what do I even say? It's completely all over the place. Puppet Plant is in here. Jinzo is, I can kind of see Jinzo maybe somehow. It's like, whatever. And the extra is just a bunch of Synchro. Okay, this list is like weird. I don't know what to say about it. It looks like it came straight out of 2010. Did they just play against a bunch of like hamster decks or something? I mean, maybe that's conceivable, but wow. All right, I was like too mean to that last guy. I gotta tone it down. I say this, but then I show up and they're back on the no charge double hamster version. Come on, guys. It's Charge of the Light Brigade. Man, that card was like... There's a format before Edison called Lightsworn format. It's called that because there's 3 charge. Because charge is that broken. Alright, whatever. Whatever, we're moving on. There's a junk synchron in there. I've seen this before. I think it's pretty cool if you can just like always have that Raikou in the grave. Maybe more people should start like teching this in Hamster Raikou decks that play Rhoda also. I don't know how many of those there are besides Vayu, but I can kind of see it. I kind of like, I low-key dig it, not gonna lie. And then everything else just looks the same. There's no Sork in this one, I guess, which they're not on charge, so kind of probably would be a little less consistent. They are in main deck Road. I can't tell what the other... What did they swap out for the Road? Yeah, there's like 3 cards different from the other list. I feel like everything that can be said about Vayu Turbo... Oh, wait. They're not on the Fortress Dragon, though. What is with all these Vayu players cutting a Fortress Dragon? Is there a reason? Like... Oh, I guess he needs room for his Junk Archer. Yeah, there's no Junk Warrior in here. I guess it could never really come up, because what are you going to have it gain? Oh, you could have it gain 8 from Vayu, maybe, somehow. That could happen, conceivably. Oh, this build's also on the Spirit Reaper. Was the first place build on Spirit Reaper? I don't recall seeing it, actually. Okay, we got King Wars, also Vayu. Vayu topped 3 times? That's wild. This person's on charge, and they're on... Wait, was the last build not on Necro Gardna? Yo, did I miss something? Were the previous builds on Gardna? Alright, I don't remember. We'll have to go through and look again. This actually just looks identical to the first place list. I don't know if the side is... Is this identical to the first place list? Someone look back through and tell me. It just, like, is completely the same, right? The main deck, at the very least, looks the same to me. So, I guess just go rewatch what I said about that one. Alright. Here we have Duck Tracy, and apparently Blackwing's topped. Pretty strange that they didn't top Nationals, given that a Blackwing deck pretty much tops every event. But one topped this event, apparently, and this is the build. It looks like not hybrid, but standard Blackwing. They're on Econ, which is a little weird. I mean, the monster lineup is completely typical. They're not playing Cyber Dragons, I guess, but a lot of builds don't play that. Spell lineup is completely normal, except Econ. What is going on with that? I cannot think of a single reason to play Econ, and I'm not, like... Maybe there's some niche situations where you can cheese game with it or something? But that seems just like... I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this card. They're on only 2 Deep Prison, and they're maining 1 Oppression. I'm kind of not a fan of maining Oppression in pure Blackwing. I'm not... I just feel like pure Blackwing is hurt by Oppression a lot more than people really think. Whenever I'm playing against pure Blackwing and they flip Oppression, I just feel like safe, you know? Like, oh, I'm on like 6k health. I'm not dying next turn, because all the scary things that they do involve Blizzard and Dad and just random OTKing. It's like how they can't swarm the field with Bora or anything. They just need to like play some slow-ass game, and like, I'm just not scared of Blackwings playing some slow grind game, you know? I'm not saying their grind game's terrible, especially if they draw Whirlwind. Their grind game is literally free. But I'm just saying that the game plan of this deck is generally to just, like, kill ASAP, and Oppression doesn't really help with that. So, I'm not really sure. 1 Dust main, 1 Compulse main. Yeah, that stuff's pretty neat. I like that. Prohibition in the side. I think this is not completely novel. There's a couple lists that have played this before. It's like very good versus Hero Beat, right? Because you can call Alias. And it's also very good versus Frogs, because you can call Treeborn. Maybe more people should get on this tech. I feel like Prohibition could have some legitimacy. But yeah, other than that, pretty cool. You know, well, I don't know about cool. This is just a standard Blackwing list. Alright, we got Ludo in 5th playing Hero Beat, or Diva Hero Beat. I mean, it's basically become the generic Hero Beat build at this point. It's what everyone plays. What's interesting in here, they got a Warrior Lady, just as another Rhoda target. They are on 3 E-Call. I believe the list of top nationals was also playing 3 E-Call, but they were on like this Bubble Man stuff, which was kind of, I think, the reason they were playing 3 E-Call. I don't know why that Ludo is playing 3 E-Call. I feel like consensus has kind of been arrived that 2 Ecall 1 Rhoda is the way to go with the standard build, but maybe there's something that he knows that I don't. I'm not a hero beat expert by any means. Other than that, spell lineup completely standard. I don't think anything's missing. Got a bunch of traps, one Phoenix Wing. I really don't like the Phoenix Wings in here. You're not playing Mally. I don't really get it. I feel like you could throw some other thing in and it would probably be fine. Throwing tracks, throwing Gores. I mean, I got Goresed by a hero beat player today and it like owned me, so yeah, I just don't see the Phoenix Wing. Everything else seems like pretty normal. 2 Hero Blasts, 3 of that, 2 of that, you know. Side deck, got a bunch of stuff. Granville, I love seeing the Granville. Anytime I see the Granville, I'm happy. 1 Compulse, I've been seeing this in a lot of side decks lately. It's been really catching on. They are not on the Super Poly technology that a lot of the hero beat lists at Nationals were, so no like Wrapped in a Super Poly and the extra. Apparently, just not worried about the Gemini matchup, which is probably correct. I mean, you have like a bajillion forms of disruption that just mess that deck up with the Spark and the Hero Blast. So maybe it's just like, yeah, I'll win that matchup anyway. I can kind of see that. Does Burndig know that you can play Legacy of Yata-Garasu, and it is strictly better than Jar of Greed? Is Burndig a GOAT player? This is some serious, like, this is a GOAT player red flag right here, playing Jar of Greed instead of Legacy of Yata-Garasu, I gotta say. So this just looks like Machina, but the build is a little bit odd. The monster lineup seems kind of low. They're playing, like, only 1 Hamster, and then 3 Raikou Charge. They've got all the Machinas, of course. Got the double Cyber Dragon Trooper as the extra machines, and then just 1 Caius. 1 Caius. 1 Caius is one of the most cringe ratios in all of Edison. I'm not saying it's wrong in every case, but it just hurts to look at, you know? I'm not saying it's bad or that it's wrong, but it causes me pain. That's where I'm at on that. Double Book of Moon, pretty good with Hamster Raikou. Triple Avarice, standard. Soul Taker, just 1 random Soul Taker in the main. Why? I mean, maybe just some weird, like, frog hate to break Duplock? I cannot think of a lot of reasons to main deck Soul Taker. Yeah. 2 Compulsory. This card is particularly good in Machina. I think that Machina builds should main at least 1, because bouncing your gear frame back when they like try to Cyber Dragon you is just so crazy. It's like the best answer to Sidra by far, I think. And then, you know, just some good traps. Bottom, I gotta say, like, I'm warming up to Bottomless. I typically, everyone knows I've hated Bottomless and Deep Prison for a while, but I'm kind of getting to the point where I feel like Bottomless is at least, like, solid. I still hate Deep Prison, though. I don't know if I could ever be convinced to play a deck with Deep Prison in it. I know everyone plays it and stuff, but I just hate battle traps. I hate feeling like... I hate when Caius the back row is a good play, and I hate just, like, losing to Dad and Brianek and stuff, where it's just, like, so slow and uninteractive. But I've gone, like, off the rails on this tangent, and I'm totally not talking about the deck list anymore. So they are on Triple Fortress. That's a lot of Fortress. I guess they're not playing any tuners, so they can do whatever they want. Triple Fossil Dyna, 2 system down. You play Triple Fortress, and you're just like, nah. I need even more for the mirror. Alright, I respect it. I dig it. Thank you, Burndig. Triple Shadow Imp. That's pretty cool. I think this card's pretty underrated right now. Vayu is everywhere. There were like 3 Vayus in the top 8 here. And there were 2... Were there 2 at Nationals? I think there were 2 at Nationals as well. Although 3 seems like a lot. I think with Floodgates, generally 2 is probably the way to go. It's also quite good versus zombies, though I don't know how prevalent zombies are right now. Anyway, that was Burndig's list. Pretty interesting. Finally, coming in tied at 7th place, we have Lord Voldemort himself. Now, I saw him testing this deck the other day, and it's pretty cool. I don't think it's better than Christia Sworn, but this new, like, adaptation of Light Sworn that plays Glorious Illusion is kind of sick. I mean... It's kind of just, you're playing 3 Call of the Haunteds, and 2 of them, like, mill stuff, which is pretty cool. They're on 1 Graganith, because you can bring this back with Glorious Illusion. It's really huge. They're on double Hamster with the Raikous. Still on Gold Sark, playing 1 Heavy. I do like that. I don't like cutting Heavy in the Christia builds. I think it is kind of just nerfing yourself for no reason. And I think the Lightsworn lineup is pretty standard. No Garoth, which I'm becoming pretty anti-Garoth in my posture. I just... Garoth feels like the deadest, most useless bricky one of all. They're also on one Sidra main. I think it's kind of cool. Works with Honest, gives you a little bbit of like tempo if you open maybe one of the slower hands where you're not turboing off. Also, triple Celestia with triple Wolf, and you have the hamsters, so just trying to like max them out, get max value off of Celestia. It makes sense because you have all these revives for the Lightsworns in the grave, so you can just bring one back, summon Celestia, pop 2 cards. Seems pretty good. Yeah, no Trag anywhere. That's like a sin. Come on. You gotta put my boy in there. Also, one compulsory. I'm telling you, I see this thing everywhere. It's popping up. I'm not really sure why this particular build mains it, but yeah, I mean it's there. Mirror and Call are like the only other staple traps in the main. Also, one Beckoning. I don't know. They must have done some serious grinding and math to figure out what was going on with these like revive traps and the correct ratios. So I'm gonna trust it. Voldemort's a great player. We all know he tops tons of events, so I trust in his instincts. Side, ton of floodgates, double decree, double oppression, double mask of restrict based. You probably have to take out Celestia though if you're bringing that in, right? I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he does. Second compulsory Typhoon, Breaker, the other Sidra, and some Fossil Dynas in the extra deck. Just a bunch of random crap. You are not playing Explosive Magician, my guy. Have you read this thing? It doesn't do anything. Why? Good lord. What is Lord Voldemort thinking with this one? I mean, shouldn't you play Arcanite? Am I being trolled? Oh no, not Arcanite. What am I talking about? Yeah, just like anything besides this. Just, what is going on? Why are we playing Explosive Magician? Is there a combo I don't know about? I'm pretty sure it's a troll. Maybe someone will like type in the comment section, Carpath, you idiot, you don't understand. It's because of whatever. But does this do anything? Does this do anything? Remove 2 spell counters, target a spell trap, kill it. That's like so bad. How do you even get spell counters? You gotta make Tempest first and then... No! Alright, I gotta stop. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Furthermore, if you enjoy my content, you should think about becoming a channel member. You get access to tons of bonus content, and it's a great way to help support the channel.